This presentation gives an insight into the reasons of how and why new media could be integrated into the pedagogies of current and future teachers belonging to the Visual Arts KLA. School is essentially the place where young people come to learn about the world, socialise with others and engage in practices which hopefully help and guide them into their future lives. Technological advances have had an impact, both explicitly and implicitly, on education and the way students around the world learn both inside and outside the classroom. As has been suggested by notable theorists and social commentators such as Mark Prensky, and reflected on by governments and education stakeholders, 21st century education integrates technologies, engaging students in ways not previously possible, creating new learning and teaching possibilities, enhancing achievement and extending interactions with local and global communities. Educators within Australia and around the world are encouraged to embrace new technologies that are seemingly fundamental to the lives of young people, revolutionising the way students learn and how teachers educate. Classroom learning spaces, a term that has been traditionally used synonymously with physical classrooms, are now beginning to extend beyond the tangible into the unknown territory of the internet. We can now refer to this new generation of students as digital citizens. So what does this really mean for art teachers? And perhaps more importantly, what are the most essential things that we should be teaching our digitally focused students that would make lessons exciting and relevant? It is evident that artworks are a significant representation of the artist's time, world, and the societies to which they belong. Students learn about the history of art, but they also need to know why this is relevant to them. Not only are tools such as the internet and WebQuest valuable to access information on art history, but it allows students to engage in practices that many contemporary artists choose to utilise. We art teachers might know this, but do our students? How do we open up learning spaces, increase opportunities to learn, and prepare them for the future as knowledgeable digital citizens? Theories in child development tell us that at this stage students can be particularly self-centred. This is not to mean that they are selfish, but it is to say that they often find it difficult to relate or engage with things that aren't relevant to their lives. Social networking is an interesting way to grab students' attention by allowing them to utilise a tool with which they are both interested and fluent in. Additionally, social networking, which refers to virtual online communities, has many educational benefits. Increased access enables students to converse with other people from anywhere and at any time to share common interests, information and experiences. Students also have the opportunity to search for and engage with practicing artists from around the world in ways which were never possible before social networking. Social networking also allows students an additional space where they can socialise with peers, join groups and work on projects out of assigned class time. Here I have an example of the online social networking site Edimodo, which is used explicitly for educational purposes. The online group shown, which I have created, demonstrates how art teachers may use social networking as an additional space for students to use as their visual arts diaries, upload images, videos or blogs. Through the process of blogging and using this space in collaboration with their visual arts diaries, students are able to reflect on their work, upload and share content, particularly if they are looking at performance or documented forms of art. This aspect significantly encourages students' metacognitive thinking and developing strategies to use in the future. Through Edimodo, the teacher has control of virtually anything on the group site. The site can be set to private and be constantly monitored by the teacher. Safety and ethical use of online sites is an important part of digital learning spaces, but it can be managed if the students are educated beforehand. As you have seen, there are many ways in which ICTs and new media can be incorporated into visual arts learning spaces. What teachers need to consider is really how to be creative, promote metacognitive thinking and provide lessons that are relevant to the lives of these digital citizens.